Salute G's. Welcome to another episode of 22 Alone and Homeless. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy the series. You know, if y'all want to watch all my series, I got 2 series right now besides what I, do on semen retention. I got, if you go to my playlist, you'll see the Lone Alpha Wolf series from top to bottom, from 1, 2, in order. And then you'll see 22 Alone Homeless in 2019. And all the other playlists I got, I set it up so y'all know what is what and what's my goal behind the videos I do. You know, I got semen retention, relapse, motivation. I got marathon/survival tips. You know, this is not a semen retention channel. This is me being me. If I want to make a semen retention video, I'm gonna make one. If I want to talk about me and what I've been through to motivate people, then I'm gonna talk about that. Don't try to put me in no box, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanna do. But y'all enjoy the content. Salute to all my new G's, salute to all my day one G's. We reached 5 motherfucking 50, you feel me? Salute. Y'all enjoy the content, you know what I'm saying? And if you watched all the parts, make sure you let me know in this one how you feel about all the parts. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy the content. Salute. Alright. Some parts I had left out, right? So we got evicted where we was staying at. Very nice apartment building. It had a gym inside. It had a patio. Sometimes I call the homies over. It was a pool table. It had a balcony. Sometimes I call the homies. We smoking on a balcony. Of course it was against the rules, but I didn't give a fuck. We was just low key with the shit. So what happened? We got evicted. I lost all my clothes, all my fly shit. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces from that to this day. Like, I lost a lot. Probably lost over $3,000 worth of clothes, because at the time I was working at the hospital and I was on some super fly shit. And I lost all of it. At that time I was at a low vibration too. So now looking back, I mean, eventually I was gonna, when you at a low vibration, all type of crazy shit just be happening to you, G, for real. So we got evicted. She went to stay with her boyfriend. I stayed over there for a little while, but I wanted to stay closer to where, my baby mom's. She was just my girlfriend at the time. I wanted to stay where it was more convenient for her to come fuck with me and support me. Cause my mom's and her boyfriend at the time, he stayed in Orange County, and she in the Bronx. So, her going from the Bronx to Orange County, I knew that was gonna happen. But her friend was staying in a town that was a little closer to where if she take the New Jersey Transit bus, it's not gonna be that far. And she was my rider at the time. I'll give her that for sure. She was holding me down, support-wise, money-wise. I'll never take that away from her. She knows love when it comes to that. She was there for me, for real. That's why I gave her my seed, and I don't regret it. Because at the times where I needed her most, she was there for me. And nobody else would have been there for me, for a fact. So, because nobody was. She was the only one. So salute to her for that. So now I'm over there, me and my mom's friend is going at it because she doing a little spiteful shit. We got into it a couple times and I had lost my cool, flipped out. She kicked me the fuck out. We was arguing back and forth. I had my bag. I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. I was on some dumb shit. I don't know why I would want to leave if I knew I had nowhere to go. That was just in my ego. I didn't know how to properly handle that situation communication-wise. So instead, I decided to act like I was Mr. Tough Guy and flipped out and got my ass booted and had nowhere to fucking go. Stupid. That was dumb. So my baby mom's watching this the whole time, seeing me flip out, trying to calm me down, because she know I got nowhere to go neither. She trying to, she doing the right thing, trying to keep me sane. But at the same time, I done been through so much shit. My head is not screwed right at this point. Cause I'm just so, she understood. That's why she kept riding with me, and I knew that. So now at this point, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. It's 8 o'clock. She kicked me out. I got a big ass Nike duffel bag and with all my clothes in it, and we just outside, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. It's me and her. We talking. I'm like, you know what? Let me call my aunt and tell her what happened. I probably could stay with my aunt, or maybe she could help me figure out something. I told my aunt while I was flipping out. She didn't believe me. I told her that, I've been beefing with my mom's because she allowed her boyfriend to put his hands on me for so many years and, decided to still stay with this guy that was abusing me. And, you know, my aunt didn't want to believe a word I said. She was like, nah, your mom would never do that. What? So in my mind, I'm like, you think I'm lying? What the fuck I gotta lie? Bro, this was crazy to me, bro. Even talking about this shit, I'm kind of reliving it. So, but I'm doing it to motivate y'all. I don't even really like speaking on this shit, but it is. I'm doing this for y'all and also for myself to maybe, get it off my chest. And eventually, I'm gonna be making some money off this shit. So fuck it, right? You feel me? So now at this point, I call her. She like, you know what? She was like, I don't know what to tell you, but you could go, check into a shelter. I'm like, a fucking shelter? And at this point, I was shook. I'm like, I don't want to go to no shelter. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't want to go because I know me too. Like, I'm not trying to deal with a bunch of stupid motherfuckers and had to, get booked behind doing some dumb shit because motherfuckers want to try me. I'm trying my best to stay out of trouble for as long as possible, but if need be, I'm gonna have to go to jail because I'm not scared of nobody, and I'm not gonna never let nobody think I'm pussy and try to put their hands on me. But of course, like all men should, you go as far as you can until you can't go anymore. You don't just fold up and do some dumb shit and get caught up. You try your best to do the right thing until you can't no more. And then the universe will help you out because they see that you tried your best before you just gave into it. You waited till at least your back was against the wall and then you fucking stood up and did what you had to do. So now I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go to no homeless shelter. So she like, boom, she only had enough money to get us in a hotel for the night. So I called my homie that I caught my weed from. And I was copping weed from in Jersey because, that was my homie too. I know he was going to give me a ride, and he was also a dude that I vented to. He was like my big brother because he like 30. And at the time, I was probably 21. Because this is before, me getting into the shelter that I got put into in January 23rd, I believe. This was 2018, like I believe November or December, leading up to 2019. So I called him. I'm like, yo, bro, I've got some crazy shit going on, G. I'm a cop son from you too, but could you give me a ride? Shorty about to put me in a shelter for the night. My mom's home girl kicked me the fuck out. I mean, I was on some dumb shit, but I need a ride, G. Could you hold me down? He pulled right up on me. That's my nigga. So he pulled up on me. He drove me and my baby moms to the shelter, official, gave me some weed and blessed me with some more because I was going through a lot. Salute to my nigga. So we get to the hotel. And my baby moms, we talking, and she trying to figure out what am I gonna do? Because I have nowhere to go. So I'm in there tripping. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm embarrassed because I'm like, damn, she's still by my side after I'm doing all of this dumb shit. I felt bad too. I'm like, damn, I'm fucking tripping. So I'm smoking on the balcony. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a whole 100 with y'all. I wanted to jump off that balcony. I was so hurt and so depressed, and I was high too. I literally was so scared of myself at that point. Like when I was on the balcony smoking, I had my back against the wall because I didn't even want to get too close to the fucking edge because I thought that I probably would have just jumped. Yeah, I'm reliving this shit, man. This shit crazy. So now I came up with this idea. I'm like, let me do a cut. All right, I'm back. So now I'm like, I got an idea. Call my mom's and you speak to her. Take her side. I might have mentioned this in one of the parts, but I didn't get too much into detail as to what happened. I'm like, take her side, and agree with her. I want to see where her head is at. Keep it on speakerphone. She calls, and, she's just hearing my mom's out. Because I knew she was going to answer my phone call. Because I already knew my mom's homegirl called her, threw me under the bus, had me looking crazy. So my mom's was at that point, she was Xing me the fuck out. Which is still crazy, but, that's how my mom's is. And so she on the phone with my mom's. This is hard for me to talk about, so give me a break. I'm not, So she on the phone with my mom's, and my mom's is just like throwing me under the bus, saying like everything I'm saying about her boyfriend is a lie. He never put his hands on me. It never happened. He's just delusional. I broke down in tears, man. I was like, my mom. This is my mom talking to my baby mother, man. What? My heart broke. I never felt, bro. Hold on. So, at that point, I was just in shock, and I didn't know what to think. And I knew that my baby mom was convinced, and I don't take it away from her, because, you know, my baby mom, she also lost her mom at a very young age. She lost her mom at 13. And I know that, you know, she looks at moms in this very, you know, unique way, because she lost hers at a very young age, to where she didn't get to really experience her mother for real. And I knew that she was already on my mom's side at that point, looking at me like I was crazy too. So it's hurt fucking talking about this shit. So yeah, man. It's like my mind get blank when I talk about this shit. I'm trying to fucking remember everything word for, just try to tell y'all what's going on, what happened. So now I could tell she's convinced, but she don't want to tell me. So I'm like, it's over with. I gotta go to a shelter. I'm like, I'm gonna just go to a shelter tomorrow. Whatever nearest shelter that's in the area in New Jersey, I'm gonna go to the shelter. I forgot what's the name of it, but I found a nearby one. Woke up in the morning, took a cab over there. She went with me. It was actually right across the street from Bergen County Jail. So whatever shelter that is, you could probably do it on Google Maps. It was right across the street from Bergen County Jail. And I was thinking I was probably headed there after that, man, for real. I'm like, that's probably why this shit over here. I'm probably about to wind up in jail, because I'm going through so much, I'm going to lose my mind, man. So, you know, I'm waiting on the line. She waiting with me. And, you know, what hurt me the most was, like, after she knew it was time for me to go in, you know, I watched her walk away, and she was just, like, bawling, crying. I was like, damn. It was a lot to take in, bro. And I was just holding it down. I don't know how I did it at a low vibration, but I was fucking holding it. Holding that flip out mode, holding that breakdown mode, the tears. I was holding it. I'm like, I got this. I'm going to be all right. Something is going to work itself out. I don't know what. I don't know where. I don't know how. But I know that God sees that this shit is foul. So I get in there. I'm talking to the guy. He sees I'm young. He spoke to my mother. And, you know, he still understood. He's like, I know you're young. Boom. Whatever we talking, he telling me how it goes, the rules, this, that, and the third. I'm signing paperwork and shit. I found out, you know, it's like a dormitory. You know, it's bunk beds. I'd have probably, you know, been on bunks with another nigga type shit. It was just a bunch of bunk beds. So now I'm in the room where, like, everybody commute at after they finish sleeping, they wake up. It's just a big ass room where it's like books, whatever, a TV, some shit. So now I'm in there thinking about an idea to try to get myself the fuck out of there. So I came up with this lie. And I was like, I know my mom's, for some reason, just look at me like I'm crazy. So let me just use it to my advantage. So I was like, mind you, I never did drugs in my life besides weed. That's it. So I told her, I was like, I flipped out. I'm sorry, because, you know, I took a Percocet, and mind you, I never did a Percocet or nothing that in my life. That's on God. That's on my son. That's on. You don't got to believe me if you don't want to. I know what I do. So she believed me, and she gave me the benefit of the doubt. And we was talking throughout that day, and I wound up, you know, being able to get out. And what the fuck happened after that? I gotta remember. So this was leading up to me going to the psych ward. There was some people I seen had some questions about that, and I don't knock y'all for having those questions, because I probably shouldn't have just said that and left it at that. And of course I should have known that people would have been like, psych ward, what the fuck? I get it. So now I'm in there, and this was before, you know, after I spoke to my mother and I seen that we was, you know, I guess headed to good terms after the lie I had to told. I wound up speaking to, it wanted me to speak to the doctor, I guess, to get like a quick little checkup or some shit, whatever. Asked me a couple questions while I was in the shelter at the time. Still, I didn't leave yet. I wound up, I'm gonna just tell y'all. All right, so I'm speaking to the doctor. I'm telling her what I'm going through. It seemed like she's weirded out. She's like, "What you going through?" Every time I tell people my story, they give me the same reaction. They just in fucking shock. So now she's like, maybe you should speak to a therapist. Maybe you need somebody to talk to because you're going through a lot. And so she like, I'm gonna give you a referral to speak to a psych doctor, I think, or a therapist, one of the two. I forgot what his job was. So now I get to Hackensack University Medical Center. Mind you, the same hospital that I volunteered for 6 months and then worked there for a year and a half. Now I'm in there talking to a psych doctor because I'm going through so much and my life is falling apart. It's crazy how the universe works. So now I'm speaking to the psych doctor and I'm telling him what happened that night when I heard my mom talk about me like that. And I told him it made me feel suicidal. And thinking back now, I don't know why the fuck I told him that. Because of course, they don't care, but I didn't know that, man. I didn't fucking know. Plus, I was just very vulnerable at the time. I told him I was suicidal and I was homicidal. Yes, I know it sounds stupid, but like I said, I'm not gonna be saying shit to make me look like I'm fucking, know-it-all. I done had my stupid days too, so fuck out of here. We all did. I told him I felt suicidal and homicidal because of how much I was going through and how hurt I was. And I could tell after that the whole energy shifted. And he told me that he has no choice but to refer me to the 6th floor, which is where all the crazy people stay at. I was like, what? And I was like, hold on, like, what you mean? I can't go home? Like, I have to go up there? I was in there losing my mind. I called my mom, she came, and I'm trying to get her to talk to the doctor, but she can't convince him. I fucking flipped out on my mom. I was like, this is your fault. I gave her that eye, like I was losing it, and she saw it in my eyes. She just left. She just looked at me. She was like, and just left. That's how my mom's is. So now it's some lady in there. I think she's because they got to put a nurse aide in there to keep me in the room because they knew I probably was going to try to escape. This is crazy. So a nurse's assistant was in the room with me, holding me in the room so that I don't leave. And it was an older lady. She was I could tell she attended Baptist church because I grew up in the Baptist church. And, I was telling about my grandmother and how she was a pastor and how influential my grandmother was to me. And if y'all want to actually tune into my grandmother, I think she got some videos on YouTube. Her name is Pastor Linda Butler. It's either Linda Lane Butler or Linda Butler or Linda Lane. So try all 3 of those. I think she got a video or 2 up there. That's my grandmother. Rest in peace, Nana. I love you. She died of breast cancer too. Yeah. So I'm telling her about her and how she reminded me of my grandmother, and it was weird. So, she felt for my story because I started opening up. I needed somebody to talk to, man, for real. So she had her Bible, mind you. When she pulled out her Bible, the Old Testament, it was New Testament. Yeah, I'm bugging. So it had a whole bunch of sticky notes in it. Like she really, this is her Bible, for real. She looked at it, she checked it out. She's like, I feel this urge to give this to you. I was like, word? Mind you, I ain't never read no Bible in my life. I ain't never been no Bible study or nothing. I just would attend on Sundays because, me and my moms had to because we wanted to support, Nana, her mother. So she takes out all the sticky notes. She make it brand new. And she said, here, take this and, read this while you in there. And it's going to get you through. I was like, wow, okay. I felt like I had to. As soon as she gave it to me, I started reading it instantly. And like I said, I read half of it. I don't remember too much, but I know throughout those 5 to 7 days of me being in that psych ward, it got me through. Trust me. Now, they bring the wheelchair. They bring me upstairs to the psych ward floor. And it's a bunch of crazy people up there. It was a crazy experience. So now I get up there and they just telling me a whole bunch of No, I'm in my room and they brought 7 doctors. 7 doctors were standing in front of me observing. Mind you, the story I told them was that my mom's hurt my feelings and I felt suicidal and a little homicidal because I was so infuriated and so confused. Why is there 7 doctors observing me like I'm some sort of psychopath? I'm just a hurt young kid that wanted love from his fucking mother and didn't get it and was hurt. So they observing me, asking me weird ass questions. I forgot the questions they was asking me, but it was really fucking weird and making me feel uncomfortable. So what I knew, something told me I had to play mind games with these people to get myself out of there, because if they seen any sign of me looking like I was suicidal or a little homicidal, they would have kept me in there for as long as they needed to. So I had to be, and I was retaining during that time because I ain't let off of none. Ain't no way that I could. I had no nice pictures I could look at. I had no phone, so I was in there retaining. So, God was with me through that, man, for real. And it kept me strong to be able to get myself out of there, because it was looking me deep in my eyes, trying to see if I was trying to outsmart them, and I was outsmarting them. But of course, I still felt a little suicidal because of how hurt I was. I didn't want to have to go through that and experience that from my mother. It was the hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life, one of the hardest things. But I fought through that, got through it. I ain't have no cell phone, so I made phone calls on payphone to like my pops and my baby moms. My baby mom's tripping because she's so fucking worried. She visited me a couple times, and I could tell she was just, she was fucking uncomfortable. But she felt for me. One time my brother and my moms came through, and that was weird for me because, I just felt like all of that was happening because it was her fault at the time. But now I know it's because I was at a low vibration and I had no control over my fucking being. So stay on semen retention or your life is gonna fall to shambles. Trust me. So, yeah, that's why I was in the psych ward. And I'm trying to remember what happened after I got out. It got worse after that. I'm gonna make that the next part because I'm sure this video is long enough. I hope y'all learned some things about me from this. I hope y'all learned some things about life and about being at a low vibration. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, man. Live from Brooklyn. Salute, G's.